Whoa, 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 I'm falling off the edge. Where is he? Whoa, what the? I'm halfway in the map here, or the floor. Wait. Oh my gosh, I just phased through the... What? Okay, so today is Thursday, and that means it is Dream Hangars time. So I have selected a comment from the previous Dream Hangars episode. You can see up on the screen, I have Gaming Dog's comment, and Gaming Dog has the following to say. So, hi Adrian, I'm currently working towards this hangar. Almost done. Would really appreciate your help. We have the Ravana, the Hawk, Typhon, Fenrir, Skyros, Arthur, also the Paladin mothership. So as you can see, we do have the Ravana here with Havocs. This is probably the strongest build, I think, for the Ravana at this point. Very effective actually against the Archo Kochi if you know how to play it well. So those are the skills. So nothing to really say about this one. In fact, I've actually done a couple of videos, showcasing the Ravana, kind of recently too. We have the Hawk here with Decay, Blight, and EQ Shield. Now for this one, I do have the Knight Errant. This basically strengthens the EQ Shield. So what I plan on doing, we're going to run a couple of games. I'll showcase the best game, which kind of highlights this hangar. And then for the second half, I'm going to basically make changes to this hangar, try to improve on it, not changing any of the bots. I might change some of the builds, but we'll try to make it a little bit more effective. We have the Typhon here with the Scatty weapons. So I was kind of debating on choosing the Fainter or the Scatty, but these weapons actually were buffed. So I'm going to try them out, see how they do. Okay, so those are the skills. And next up, we do have the Fenrir with Hammer and Mace. Very effective as well, which I did a video on this actually kind of recently, about 2 days ago. So really effective build. I'm going to try the Whiteout drone on here only because if I get charged by an Archo Kochi, this might actually help a lot. They can't use the ability or, the ability to heal. So I'm going to try that out. We have the Skyros with the Hammer, Mace, and Cudgel. So once again, Whiteout drone on here. Going to try it out. I think more players need to use the Whiteout drone. With so many Archo Kochis out there, I think using the Whiteout might actually help a lot. Okay, so we have that, and then the Arthur. Now, gosh, I'm trying to remember when last I ran the Arthur, as far as Dream Hangars go. I do run, the Arthur on my baby account, but there's no pilot or any pilot skills. So this is what I've come up with in terms of the modules. We have 2 Titan repair amplifiers, a Titan anti-control, onslaught reactor, and here are the pilot skills for the Arthur. So I really tried to kind of buff up the defense points, or the durability. So that's why you see Invulnerable Raider, Adamant Guardian, Customization Adept, Cautious Pilot. So a lot of, tank skills. And we're going to see how this actually does, okay? Because I think this Arthur might actually hold up pretty well. And as for the mothership, we do have the Paladin. So here is the Paladin with the following turrets. Now, a couple of comments before I jump into those games. Usually what I do is I look at, the hangar composition. So I look to see how many tanks, the player has, how much range. Right now we have, I would say 3 tanks. Okay, so we have 3 tanks and 2 bots kind of dedicated to that range. These 2 are also the weakest as far as, if you had to actually brawl, these 2 would go down pretty quickly. Now, for me personally, I think I would substitute one of these with a tank. I think for me, I would probably do the Hawk. So I would remove the Hawk, keep the Warrior type on. I think this can actually work really well with a number of different builds. But I'm trying to think like what other, bot you could use. You have Fenrir, you have the Ravana, which I think can work. Maybe even something like an Invader, I think would actually fare better than this Hawk. But, those are just a couple of comments. What you might see in the games that I play, or at least the one that I highlight, these 2 may go down really quickly if the enemy gets really close. I might find myself in some trouble, if the enemy pushes aggressively, because I only have a couple of bots to work with as far as defending against, an aggressive attack. So you might see that in the gameplay, but just pointing it out before we get to that point so you can see, how everything shapes up. We're going to see how this actually goes. I've played a few games now. This hangar has been very, very challenging. I think one of the reasons why it's also challenging, not enough tanks. And, you know, I don't mean that because I like brawling. Quite often the enemy pushes heavily into like our territory and I can't defend the, you know, beacons and stuff. So it makes it very hard, not only to win games, but, you know, just to hold my ground. I have to kind of be careful of the players up top there. I think these guys on the left side are going to be pushing soon. I wonder if I can get an angle on... Oh, did I get this guy? Yeah, I got him. I think he's going to drop in over here by the bridge. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I'm trying to put pressure on this bridge here because if I can turn this beacon, even better. Yeah, this guy doesn't even realize, but I've captured the bridge beacon. So even if they were to kill me, you know, I can drop in over here with something like a Ravana and hopefully, you know, take this guy out here. If I can get close enough, maybe I can kill this Demeter. I'll just use my ability. Let's use it again. Ooh, you know what? If I had the whiteout drone... Ooh, we got a lot of players here. Where's this other guy? We have 4 guys. All at the bridge. Look at this. I had no help whatsoever. My teammates were all sitting back here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get rid of the Hawk next. Okay, because the thing is, if I leave the Hawk and the Typhon last and the enemy were to get into my home spawn, guess what happens next? I lose all of them without getting any damage in. This is why quite often you see me run range first. That's the reason why. So you see how aggressive the red team's getting? And I can't hold down any beacons. This is why this hangar has been very challenging. And, you know, I highly recommend, you know, just throwing in something like a... Yep, I'm going to be dead. Throwing in something like an invader or something just to hold a beacon down. It makes a huge difference. We have a nether here. So I'm going to go into ball mode, try to hold this beacon down. I do have the whiteout on this thing too, which might help a bit. Yeah, so he's backing away. I'm just looking around, see where my teammates are. I think he's going to... Let's see. I just want to try to get him down to his last stand. There we go. Yeah, my teammates are struggling. My guess is my teammates also have a lot of range and like no tanks. We'll take a look at the hangars afterwards. Oh geez, now they're dropping in with Titans. Yep, that's pretty much how it goes. Even more reason why you want to have those tanks. Yeah, I'm not going to survive this at all. And I'm looking to see what's happening on our end. Okay, I'm just going to... Why is this guy looking at him? Yeah, my Skyros are going to die. I knew that was going to happen anyways. My team's just backing up. So we're going to take a look at, you know, blue teams, their hangars afterwards. Yeah, there's no ways we're going to get this back, I think. I think this game's pretty much over. When we gave up that home beacon. So this is... I think I might showcase this game. Unfortunately, all the games have been like that with this kind of hangar. Just to kind of give you an idea. Keep in mind, everything is maxed out. Okay, so... see if we can maybe get this beacon back here. This guy's smart. He has a whiteout drone on there and he's getting close to disable my ability to heal. Okay, so we got him. We still have an, you know, we still have our Arthur, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to use that. I'm trying to make a push here. We only have 3 players left. Whoa, 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 I'm falling off the edge. Uh-oh. I guess I can drop in with an Arthur. Probably a bad idea, but gotta do what you gotta do, man. I think that's going to be game. I'm trying to knock this guy off the beacon, but I can't. Okay, so we're going to take a closer look at this hangar. I'll give you my thoughts on a couple of things, and I can kind of understand why you are struggling. If there's anyone who has a hangar very similar to this, I wouldn't be surprised that you're really struggling. Okay, so let's take a look at that. First, before we do that, we're going to take a look at my teammates, because I'm going to mention a couple of things without even seeing their hangar. Now, I do realize there were 2 players here that were under 1 million. They probably crashed or whatever. But the first thing I'm going to mention with my teammates, let's see how many brawlers or rather tanks they have in their hangar. Tanks being anything that has a lot of health, a lot of resistance. That could be things like, Ravana is sort of like a tank. Fenrir, Invader, any kind of, tank with a lot of health and resistance. Archer Kochis if they have. We're going to take a look to see how many they have. If they have a lot of Harpies, Sirens, Hawks, Fafnirs, Scorpions, that would explain, like Mars kind of falls into that category as well. That would explain why we weren't able to hold down beacons. Okay, so we take a look at this. A lot of range. We have a lot of range. Actually, we have all range. And not really anything to hold the beacon down. So the Behemoth can hold the beacon down, but not when you have range. Okay, so if this guy had something like Redeemers, that would have been a lot better. His damage output would have probably been a lot higher as well. Okay, so let's take a look at this guy. Let's see if he has the same problem. So you see, Harpy, Sirens, Hawk. He has a Ravana, so I'll give him that. But a lot of range. Let's see, Hazard. Okay, so the range that he has is Hazard, Hell, Punch is kind of in that kind of category. Actually, you know what? He has 2 range. Okay, so that one's not too bad, but still too much range, according to like how I usually build my hangar. This one, range. Again, Harpy, Sirens, Hawk. So you can kind of see where we're going with this. And this is without even like looking at the hangar afterwards, or before rather. Because obviously I can't do that, right? So you can see where we are going with this. Now, what I would do with this hangar, we're going to actually make it a lot more effective. What I'm going to do, we're going to take the EQ shield off. We're going to amplify this damage even further. Okay, because with range, you want to make sure that you have that impact early on. One way to do that is to make sure that you have all your weapons for one. It doesn't really make sense to put the EQ shield. We have so much damage output in the game right now that the EQ shield's going to be, even if it's maxed out with the Knight Errant, it's going to be blown off your Hawk almost instantly. So I would get rid of that. I'm looking at this. One thing I would change though is possibly using Shield Breaker. So we're going to use Shield Breaker. I think what I might do is we'll keep the beak. We're going to change the skill here. What we want is Dodger and Modules Expert into the mix. So Dodger allows me to basically use Shield Breaker more frequently. You have to kind of be careful of this as well because of power cells. If you don't have many, then I wouldn't use Dodger, but I would use Modules Expert. Okay, so let's see. We are going to change Thrill Seeker for Modules Expert. So Modules Expert, when I use Shield Breaker, it's going to be up for a little bit longer, but that is what I will need in order to do damage to things like a Fian or anything with a shield. Okay, so if they have like a Mars or something, you can pierce right through that shield. Okay, so we're going to make that one change. I would not use the scatty weapons on the Typhon. I think in the current meta, it actually makes more sense to use something like actually Havoc. Okay, so we're gonna strengthen this, or even Mace. You know what? I don't know. Should I use Mace? Let's see. What do we have here? You know what? Let's use Mace. I'm gonna mix things up a little bit. Okay, so I might have to change. Hold on. We'll put sonic weapons on this. And the reason why I want to use sonic weapons on here, just so that, if you're dealing with like an Archer Kochi or something, it's going to have a bigger impact. The other thing is when you are in bore mode, these weapons will reload. Okay, with the other one, the blast shotguns, they don't reload. You have to fire everything. So I think this probably makes more sense doing it this way. Okay, so we have the following. What I would do is, let's see, we could use paralysis or we could also use speak. I think I might go with beak because of the stealth. Okay, so we're going to go with beak. And another thing I'm going to change over here. Let's see. Stubborn warrior, crazy electrician. So we're going to use sharpshooter on here. This will help with, our weapons being more effective further out. Okay, so this helps. So shot grouping, basically the pellets of your mace are closer together, which means that it travels, like the further the distance, the more damage you're going to actually do versus it having more bullet spread. Okay, so we have that. Let's see. This can work. Another option is to actually use Sonic, which, you know what, maybe let's use Sonic on here. Why not? Okay, just mixing things up a little bit. Okay, so this is what we have. Another option is actually use flames, because I noticed we have quite a bit of Sonic weapons. We've got 3 bots with Sonic weapons, 1 with the blast shotguns. Yeah, that's one thing you have to also be careful of, having too much of the same kind of weapon. So another option is to use flames on here with like paralysis or something, but we'll use this for now. But what I've actually done here, we go back to this over here. So what we have now is 1 range. Okay, we have pretty much 3 tanks. This one's kind of in between, but this one can at least brawl at close range. And I think this alone is going to make a huge difference. Now, one thing I want to comment on the Arthur. The Arthur really has no place in Champion League. I know you probably don't want to hear this, but I would not level up this Arthur any more than what you might have leveled it up at. It's just not effective in the current meta. So the current meta, we're seeing a lot of speed, a lot of tankiness. The Arthur has tankiness, it doesn't have speed, it has a physical shield, but unfortunately it does go down very quickly. I wouldn't be surprised if the Arthur gets a buff in the future. Now, an alternative would be either like Minos or Luchador. So I think those two I would gravitate towards. And if you have any, shotguns, whether it be, Vajra, Mahavajra, Ibora, Veyron, those are the ones you want to level up. So keep your Arthur in for now. If you have the Mahavajra and the Vajra weapons, start leveling those up. And then, decide whether you want to go Minos or like Luchador. And I think that's what I would do in this situation. But that aside, let's run, a game here. And let's see how we do with the changes I've just made. This way, we can get our damage in with the range and then fall back on our brawlers. There's this guy in. I need to hit that Typhon back there, but he's just out of range. Where is this guy? Okay, that was a good hit. Oh, come on. This guy is so low on health. Maybe one shot might kill him. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, one change I would make to this build, maybe using like Wonder Worker or something. Okay, I'm gonna do that just in case he has a shield that pops up. Ah, almost lost Dan. Okay, we're gonna drop in with the let's use a Skyros. So I'm using this because I have the whiteout drone on here. Oh, he also has a whiteout drone. Interesting. Let's just do that. There we go. Last stand on him. Let's attack now. There we go. That looks kind of funny. Whoa. Someone has the Newton. This Raven is like bobbing all over. Wait, how did he even manage to get that far? That's funny. Okay, we're gonna get this beacon over here. I'm actually gonna try to attack their Typhon back there. So he has a really bad setup. I think he's running Weber. Yeah, he's running those weapons. It's not a good setup at all. So anyways, he wasn't really much of a threat. I'm not gonna get this beacon because, well, I'm trying to get footage of this lineup. So if I can try to do that, even better. Let's drop in over here with the Typhon. I didn't even realize that this was an Archer Kochi. That might be a bit of a problem. Yeah, I'm not firing at him because that's going to make him even stronger. Where is he? Whoa, what the? I'm halfway in the map here. Or the floor. Wait. Oh my gosh, I just phased through the... What? I phased through the ceiling. I've never seen that before. Have you guys seen that? That was weird. I phased through the ceiling. That's got to be a first. Surely. His ability is up. I just phased through the ceiling. That is funny. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's try to get this this Capri. I'm trying to see if I can maybe get a beacon here because we're kind of in trouble. Oh. Yeah, look. So I think this guy might be in an Archer Kochi. I'm gonna have to run beacons here. My team is like... So quite often what happens is when there's a meta bot, players tend to be afraid and they just keep on running from it, giving up all the beacons when really you want to do the opposite. You want to make sure you get the beacon so that the other team can't use all the meta equipment on you. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. We're going to try to run some beacons. I do have a Newton, so I have to kind of be careful of this guy. One thing I can do is try to sneak up on him. Once I sneak up on him, I can try to do as much damage, as possible to this guy over here. Does he see me? He doesn't see me yet. I was trying to time it because I know there's a Crisis Reaper behind me. Maybe I should just go for this beacon here. Do a 5 cap perhaps? That might be better. Okay, so I'm gonna try to hold this beacon down for as long as possible. That's exactly what I wanted him to do, so I could kill him. There we go. That was actually a pretty good run with that. What is this guy in? There's someone way back here in our spawn area. I think that might actually be a Rook, which would be really bad. It's an Indra. Uh-oh. Whoa! So, wow, my Arthur went... But you know what? You got to keep in mind, too. He has a close range build and I have a range build. So, I don't know where else I would have been able to spawn in. That's the only problem when you're giving up all your beacons. But I think this game is going to be pretty much done for. So, you can definitely see an improvement to that Hawk build. The Arthur, I don't think there's really much you can do about it. Let me just use the shield. Yeah, there's a Newton back there. I actually have a feeling that some of my teammates might have actually quit. Because quite often I find when they're losing, they end up quitting. Let's try to get some damage in with this at least. I know I'm going to be dead, but whatever. So, yeah, we'll take a look at a couple of things that I might potentially change with even this lineup. But I think, you know, out of the games I played, this is probably the best you're going to get. We did have a couple of players that I think might have even quit. I'm not sure. So with the Arthur, I would not level up this particular build. I know you might have it, and, you know, sure, that's fine. Don't sell it though. I think that would be a mistake. Don't sell anything that you have related to your Arthur, whether it be your weapons or the Arthur itself. You don't want to sell it. In the current meta, I would say Minos, Luchador, Indra, obviously the Newton, Rook, those are the Titans that you want to focus on. So if you have any of those, then, you know, obviously level them up or save your platinum for that. So that's what I would do with the Arthur. That's the first thing. And you can save up for like a Minos. I think we all had a Minos, you know, free given to us. If you have the weapons for it, like the Vajra weapons, I would level those up. I think that would be a lot stronger in terms of, you know, for a Titan. As far as this lineup goes, I think I would definitely run a build like this with a Shield Breaker. It was working really well against especially Athenians. So a really good counter to those, a good counter to Mars, Typhons, even, you know, the Dagon, which hasn't come out yet. I think this could actually work against that as well. This Typhon was a lot stronger than the other build that I was running, you know, the Scatty. I think using either Mace or Havoc made a huge difference. This one, I still prefer running Sonics over the Blast Shotguns, which is what you had before. And I think, you know, those are pretty much the changes I would make. But yeah, thank you very much to Gaming for your Dream Hangar. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay for it. And once again, to everyone else, if you'd like a chance to be featured in a future Dream Hangars video, make sure to post your Dream Hangars in the comment section down below. And with that said, thank you guys for watching. Stay safe. And until the next Dream Hangar, I'll catch you guys later.